Hey, everybody, welcome to a special edition of Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and I'm sorry I have not hosted my shows in a couple of weeks. I had a lot of personal things going on, so um, I had to take time off from hosting my shows. But there's a great topic for today's show, in which it is COVID-19 vaccines. So let's get right into this. As I'm sure you all know, that um, the vaccines are coming out in just basically a few days, and because Pfizer just got the approval, and so hopefully the vaccines will be distributed in a few days, and hopefully people will start to get better sooner than expected. And but the thing is, like with these vaccines, the ones from Pfizer need a really, really large um, freezer or refrigerator, and normally, pharmacies don't have that, especially the mom and pop pharmacies. They don't have that. So, but basically, in my opinion, I would say that the ones that do have the proper freezer, refrigerators, or whatever, are the hospitals, right? And basically the other company that's putting out uh, another COVID-19 vaccine does not need such a big refrigerator, freezer, or whatever. And basically, that's what pharmacies in general can handle. So now, with that all being said, there's another thing here. And for anybody that has been watching and listening about the vaccines, is that but the ones from Pfizer, okay, the one that had this extensive research, that's the more powerful vaccine, in which as it has shown in the studies and the research, when they were doing the research with this particular vaccine, the one from Pfizer, it had to be in two dosages, in which there was like a 3 week um difference in between. It's like you got the first dosage the first week, and then like about 3 weeks later they had to give them the second dosage. And so that's the way it worked better. There was better results with that. And um so people need to keep that in mind too. And the other thing is, no, if you ask any doctor, any pharmacist even, with any vaccine, with any medicines, there are there are side effects, and it's important to know those side effects. And um because you got to know what the side effects are, because just in case if people do have side effects, they know what to look for. And then when you have that information, then you can know how to treat the side effects if you do have them. Now, the other thing is, um, with the distributions of the medicines, with the vaccines, again, the vaccines are limited. They're very limited, and not everybody is going to be able to get them right away. So it has to be distributed in priority order. Okay, that's another thing that people have to understand. It has to be done that way because of the fact that there's limited vaccines that we're going to have for the COVID-19. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that the vaccines are coming out soon, and just like I said, in a few days. But it's important to know the side effects of the vaccines, and also to keep in mind that it's limited amount of vaccines that we have, so it has to be distributed in priority order. And again, that means that not everybody is going to be able to get the vaccines. And um, in my own personal opinion, you know, it should be given to, like I said, in priority order and categories, but to the ones that are having the most severe cases as well. And like, and a perfect example, like let's say if somebody who is elderly or diabetic or whatever, and if they're not showing any signs of the COVID-19, and if they're feeling fine or whatever, it should not be forced to be given to them. It's more for people who are uh, severely suffering from this disease. Okay, that's top priority because we got to save lives with this. And, for any Joe or Jane Schmo off the street who, you know, may have a cold or allergies or whatever, because we're in that season now as well, don't forget. And the vaccine should not be given to them either. You know, this really has to be done properly to get it done right. Okay. And the other thing is, like with basically with anything, if something is procrastinated too long or rushed too fast, neither which one of those are right to do. They're both wrong to do. And there are people that are skeptical about the vaccines, and then you have the asshole religious conservatives that go around saying it's against my religion. Tough shit with your religious crap. Stop hiding behind it. I'm not trying to take away or minimize somebody's religious beliefs, but when you're hiding behind that in regards to to vaccinating your children, you got to pull your brain out of your ass. Start to use your intelligence for once in your pathetic freaking lives. And there's a lot of religious leaders that are against vaccines and stuff like that, um, and it's really pathetically sad, and it's really not right. And they're going around saying it's against the Bible, it's against my religious belief to get vaccinated or to vaccinate my children and this. Stop hiding behind the effing Bible for, especially if, to vaccinating your children and getting vaccinated for yourself is the healthy thing to do. So you don't go around infecting other people. Okay, and so you don't your children don't go around of infecting other innocent children. Come on. It's time to use the effing brain. Now, that's just what I had to say on this. And again, I'm so glad that um, the the vaccines are coming and being distributed in just a few days. That's great news. That is tremendous progress. Okay. And so that hopefully people can get better quicker. And then once that happens, we can bring back the economy to it to uh, you know growing again because right now the economy is suffering because of this disease. So let's just do the right thing and also people. Here's the other thing: even with the vaccines, okay, it's so important to still wear your masks. It's still so important. So please To everybody that are listening to my shows, please just wear your mask and social distance. Social distance. And um so those are so important. And right now, we can't worry about the family gatherings for the holidays right now. Okay? When you have too big of a crowd, the infection rate goes up big time. And we've been seeing that. Look at the assholes that for Thanksgiving they had their big family gatherings because they didn't want to listen. And look at the spike in the COVID-19 infections in hospital, uh, and people going into the hospital, and even, and this is so sad to say, even dying from this because people didn't want to listen. So please, to all my fans out there that are listening to my shows, please, just for now, don't worry about the family gatherings for the holidays. Right now, we have to social distance, wear the mask, and just do our part too. And I also want to remind all my fans out there that I have been working on on my website and on my store. I created a lot more products. I have uh, now on my store. I have placed more jewelry items. I have placed um, birthstone stud earrings with gold backing now too, and I mean there's also silver backing ones as well. But now there's uh, birthstone stud earrings with in both silver and gold backings. Okay, and I've also just made uh, bangle bracelets in which they're, again, those two are both in silver and gold, and they each have heart-shaped charms on them, in which the heart-shaped charms vary for whatever I have in stock. But now you can purchase birthstone stud earrings in both silver and gold backings, and you can also purchase bangle bracelets in both silver and gold with a heart shaped charm on them. And again, the heart shaped charms do vary to whatever I have in stock. So you guys can check all that out by going to my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. And so with that, after I'm done hosting this episode of this show, I will host another episode of my show, Advocate Information Highway, on YouTube. And so, with that, take care, everybody. Bye.